Hello, and welcome to this review of the Suicide Squad. I have to stress there will maybe be spoilers because, first of all, the film I've just seen it, I came back from it. Is it a bad film? By no means is it horrible. I would struggle very hard to call it a good film. So let's look at the positives of the film first. What was great? Number one of the best things of the film, Viola Davis was amazing as Amanda Waller. But to be fair, how hard do you need to play an asshole lady who is just, I'm going to kill you every time you step out of line? She was good. Most of the cast was amazing. Like Will Smith was good as Deadshot. Was he Deadshot? No, he wasn't. He was good in his role. Let's put it that way. Jared Leto was good as Joker. He looked the part. He sounded the part. Was the Joker a good character in the movie? Nope. Harley. Margot Robbie was alright as Harley. Oof. And I guess Harley was the only one I actually saw in the role. Everybody else, I'm struggling a bit. They're all very good actors. Except maybe, this guy. But everyone else is a very good actor, and they all deserve that little bit in the movie that was, That's the thing about Suicide Squad. It was a very film. The next good part, every time Mr. Affleck shows up as Batman, yes, I said that would be spoilers. Ben Affleck does show up as Batman. You've seen him in the trailers. And every time he shows up as Batman, everyone's like, there's Batman. He's cool and he's great in this, even though he had like that little speaking lines. He speaks. The cameos were very interesting. You get one from a couple of Batman scenes. You get a Flash scene, which I guess leaked out in the weeks to the release of the film, and then you get like the pictures of Aquaman. Next up, on the plus side, it was the action scenes. The action was very, very well coordinated. It looks very slick, very smooth. However, because they were fighting generic men, like generic green men, it was always good guys winning. There's nothing that happens here and there, and you get the basic fire explosion everywhere, and that kind of stuff. But other than that, there was really nothing going on in that film. All the action scenes could have been replaced with other things, and you would not have been the wiser. You could have just that final big fight, and that was it. Let's talk about the negatives now. Everyone's a downer. Every critic hates it. Fans are going, I'm gonna sue Rotten Tomatoes. They hated the film. They hated DC. I love DC. Everyone likes DC. Hey, look at it this way. After the Suicide Squad, I don't like DC. I've got no hope in DC anymore. I still would watch the next DC film. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Justice League. But I am going in there with this high expectation. I was here after Batman v Superman because Batman was a badass and Wonder Woman was cool. Now I'm here because everything's going wrong right now for DC. Man of Steel is their best film. I cannot stress it hard enough. In my opinion, Man of Steel was not bad. It wasn't great. It was good. I can watch it again without making me want to claw my eyeballs out. Aside from that, this film was just people didn't like it. So, what are the negatives? Number one, forgettable characters. Oh god, good lord. If I took all the characters in this film, I'm trying to remember who was in it. There was Deadshot. There was Harley. There was Rick Flag, Killer Croc, Captain Boomerang, El Diablo, and Katana. These are the 7 squad members. Am I missing someone? I probably am. But these are the members of the squad. They are not memorable enough to hold on to the film like this. They are just very, very boring characters in the end. They tried to make Deadshot interesting by giving him a tiny backstory. They try to make Harley interesting by giving her a tiny backstory. Backstory. El Diablo, they tried to fit his little backstory inside. So did Rick Flag. And that amount of backstory in a film that's just about this big, you can tell what happened then. It was all over the place, everywhere. There's so much to process, especially when you have non-established characters. What do you know about these guys? They are bad people, correct? And that's it. So, then what? Do you feel anything for these guys? I don't. I didn't. Next up, too much Joker. The Joker is in a very strange position right here. Not enough, but also too much. He didn't contribute anything to the story besides, hey, let's go break Harley out. All right. Yeah, that. There was that about the Joker who was trying to break Harley out. Okay, sure, fair enough. But then, was it important? Did Harley change at all after that? No, she did not. Because afterwards, she still freaked the hell out and go, "Hey guys, let's go kill the bad guys." Joker's bit could have been cut off entirely. What was the good part about Joker was that every scene in the flashback where he was inside the cell with Harleen, those were good. I like that. Next up is the cutting of the film, editing, scenes that go in order, correct? Wow, it was a mess. They kept jumping from here to there to here to there. Every time Harley shows up, she flashback. She was Harleen, then she's Harley again, then she's Harleen, Harley again. It goes all over the place. The cutting of the film wasn't great. I'm not too fussed by it though. I still expected something visually cool. It was cool, but it was a bit much. It was too much of a mess. Ooh, we are going really, really negative now. What the hell was up with Killer Croc? At the start, he was like, "I'm going to fight with you. Let me join your team." And then when he goes into the water, because there was a bomb in the water and then they had to set off, right? He goes in, he's like, "You are just tourists. I live in the sewers." Goes in with the CT, like, and then Rick Flag was like, "Sure, go ahead. Oh, you can help with the bomb." Croc goes in and murders the SEAL team. And then he was a good guy. He was a bad guy to start, obviously. He was aggressive. Then he became a good guy because he helped out. And under the water, he became the bad guy again because he just wanted to kill people. And then he came out of the water and he started attacking the Enchantress. And after that, he threw a bomb into her magical swirly light in the sky thing and blew it up with Deadshot's shot. What is wrong? What is wrong, Croc? Why are you all over the place? I won't stay for too long just saying everything's bad about the film. There are good bits. Cameos were very well done. Acting was very top notch. Yet you can have so many actors, and yet the writing was so poor. The story wasn't great. I felt like I've seen the characters, because I vaguely know who these characters are. I've seen these characters show up. However, I feel like I'm not going to remember them. I honestly don't think I'm going to see Deadshot show up again, or even Rick Flag. Whether or not they actually show up again, it'll be great if they do. If they don't, I would not be surprised. To sum up, you guys may enjoy the film. I did not. I thought it was. I expected fun. Okay, all the trailers looked fun. This wasn't. This wasn't the fun that I was expecting to have. I had fun watching Deadpool. I had fun watching the Batman v Superman's the Ultimate Edition. I have a little bit of fun doing that. Okay, but we'll get back to that. That's not important. I have fun watching those films. Deadpool, I left the cinema with a smile on my face. It was great, and yet for this one, I was promised fun in the trailers. I did not get any. Why did I not get any? I don't know. Maybe you've heard things about studio interference, all that sort of thing. Studio wants this, David Ayer wants this. Everybody wants that. That kind of thing. Everyone wants everything. And while this film is going to appease to some people, it did not appease to me. It's not a terrible film, but it was not great either. It's still the lowest ranking DCEU film. Man of Steel at the top, followed by the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman, and then this. I'm pretty sure that the idea was great. I mean, sure, putting bad guys together in a scene where they go around charging an even bigger bad guy. Sure, I get the idea behind that. However, it's not great. This film, while I would like to say is, it's all very subjective. Do not just take my word for it, because just because I did not like the film doesn't mean you would hate it. You might like the film, you might hate it. This is just me telling you why I didn't like it. And yes, go watch the film yourself and be your own judge. Because in the end, these are little opinions that it's only makes sense for you. My opinion makes sense to me. Maybe you think, oh, that wasn't enough Joker. That was too little. Maybe you think, hey, his role is very important. I thought his role was insignificant and that you can remove it from the entire present day of the movie. He shows up in flashbacks and in present day. Flashbacks, good, very good, very nice. I like it. Present day, throw him out. He's not that good. So, apart from that, you go ahead and watch the film, be your own judge. But for me, I give it 3 stars out of 10. Man of Steel was 6. Man of Steel, I give it a 5. Batman v Superman had its moments, so it's a 4. Kind of like that. But Suicide Squad is a 3-star film. I can't see how much they're going to improve on it, because there will be an ultimate cut edition, probably like a Joker edition or something, in the near future. But there is not anything nice about this the release in your cinemas. But that's just my opinion. If you like the film, tell me why you liked it, down there, and I look forward to seeing other people's thoughts on this, because I can't see any redeeming quality about it. Maybe you can, and maybe you would like to tell me about it, because I thought that it's very not good. But yeah, Suicide Squad, not the best summer film I was expecting. Star Trek Beyond was better in the summer. Yeah. Anyways, that has been my little thoughts on Suicide Squad. Did it suck? Unfortunately, yes.
What?